Hello there, welcome back to this Sage Accounting Basics course. If you've joined the series here, this is actually the second video, so please go back and start from the beginning. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add company information to Sage. We have to set up Sage Accounting first before we start using it for bookkeeping, and I'll show you how to do that in this video. To make things nice and confusing for you, Sage actually has three areas within the software which contain some sort of settings. The first is Profile up here and My Profile. If I was to click on My Profile, I'll be taken to a page where I can update my login information, my email address and my password. I'm not going to do that now. There will be a video on that at a later stage. At the moment, I'm not concerned about going through that with you. The second area of settings is hovering over the business name. So my business name is SM Accounting Limited. That's the name of my accounting practice. You can check out the website. Yours will say something else. Whatever the business name is, it will show there. If I hover over the business name and go to Manage Business Account, then I'll be able to update my billing. So what I'm paying for Sage, my subscription, the payments I've made to Sage, those sort of things. So there's two lots of settings here, the login settings and also the subscription that we have, the package that we subscribe to, the payments we've made and the bills we've received. So that's settings 1 and settings 2. It's the third lot of settings that I'm interested in this video. The area where you can update company information, and that is here, and business settings. You have two options. You can just click on settings and it will take you to the business settings page. Alternatively, you can actually hover over settings, then click on business settings. It doesn't matter. Both will take you to this page. There's lots of settings. There's lots that I could go through, and I will cover all of these things as these videos go on. But to keep things nice and basic, to begin with, nice and simple, we're going to be using this option here, About Your Business. So find business preferences, or if there's been some sort of update, it might be called something very similar. Click on About Your Business, and on this page, we can edit crucial information such as the trading address of the business. This is my trading address in London, 160 City Road, and my business name. Also my business type. It's a limited company, and this is the registration number. It's registered in England and Wales, and the registered address is the same as the business address. If it's not the same, you can untick that and you can actually enter a registered address. So what you need to do on this page is ensure that the trading address, the registered address, if it's a limited company, and the business name, the registration number, etc., is all accurate. If any of these are blank, you obviously need to fill them in. Ensure this is accurate and then click Save. At a later date, if the trading address has changed, the registered address has changed, then you need to come back here. So the settings, About Your Business, and you can update these items on this page. So it's very handy to know, because you might need to come back here in the future. Even if this is accurate now, it might not be accurate in 6 months' time, in 6 years' time. This is where you update this crucial information. So that's About Your Business. The second area that I want to go to is accounting dates and VATs. This is under financial settings. We need to ensure that the year-end date is correct. And let's say for my business, the year-end date is 31st of March 2026. It's also asking for an accounts start date. So it's going to be 1st of April 2025. If this is not correct, then you will face some difficulties with Sage at a later date. These dates can be modified once set, so don't panic If there's been a mistake, just change it. Or if you don't know what the accounting date is at the moment, just put anything logical in, so the end of the calendar year, or put it in line with the tax year, and go to the bottom and click save. If you don't click save, then the information will not update. There is a year-end lockdown, which I'll cover in a later video. At the moment, we're just interested in making sure the year-end date and the account start date is correct. The next area is business data retention period. That's how long Sage is going to keep personal data on the software for. If your business is based in the UK, then accounting records need to be kept up to 6 years from the end of the financial year. So my financial year is March, ends in March, and it's going to be 6 years. And the reason could be HMRC policy or something like that. You don't have to fill this business data retention period in. If you just leave it blank, then Sage will just keep hold of that personal data indefinitely. But you may find that contradicts some sort of personal data policy or law that's in place. So I do suggest you fill it out. There is an area for VAT here, so the business is VAT registered. You can enter that information here. I'm not going to go through that in detail now though, because there is a course, a Sage Accounting VAT course that is for free, is available on my website, that covers all of this in detail. Okay, so we go down to the bottom now and click save. That will update that information for me. So we go back to settings. We've done the address and we've also looked at the accounting information here, and that's all set and that looks great. The last essential area for setting up Sage accounting for your business is right at the bottom here, and that's entering opening balances. If you have a new business that hasn't traded before, there isn't going to be opening balances. If you're coming to Sage and you've traded previously, so you've been using other software previously or keeping things manually, hard copies of things, there's going to be opening balances. The closing balances prior to coming to Sage will be the opening balances on Sage. And all you do with these opening balances is click on the relevant balances you want to enter, such as customer balances, supplier balances, the nominal ledger, so the chart of accounts, which I'll be going through in the next video, or bank account balances. Now, before those balances can be entered, all the customers that you want to enter an opening balance for must be on the software. The same with suppliers, bank accounts, and nominal accounts. So it's best that you go through this course, learn how to put customers on, learn how to put suppliers on, add nominal accounts, etc. before doing those opening balances. So if you do have opening balances, then make a note that at the end of this course, you will enter them on the software, because you should be in a position at the end of this course to ensure all customers have been entered onto the software, all suppliers have been entered onto the software, all the relevant nominal accounts and bank accounts are on the software. Okay, I think I've said enough for this video. Any questions, please let me know below and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you need a copy of Sage, there is a link below. In the next video, things start getting really exciting because we can actually start using the software. I'll show you how the software is laid out. I'll show you how to add nominal accounts, and we'll view the chart of accounts. It is exciting stuff, believe me, and I'll speak to you in the next video.